Колеги, доброго дня. Ми продовжимо наш робочий день і сьогодні
Dear colleagues, we continue our working day, and today on the framework of the project, the spokesperson of peaceful life, we will discuss the issue about social infrastructure renewal in the east of Ukraine. The UN data proves that 1.5 million of people were forced to leave their houses, and the bigger part of them remained close to Donetsk and Luhansk regions in hope to come back home quickly. And today the issue of social infrastructure and of social provisions to those people remain very acute, and the most topical issue is employment of those IDPs. 2,500 of IDPs look for jobs in liberated regions of Donetsk and Luhansk, and today we will speak with Mr. Brian Milakovsky, Communications Coordinator in the National Charity Organization Mercy Corps, and he will describe how they assist in Starobelsk, Lugansk Oblast to job seekers. Also, we will speak on the renewal of social infrastructure. Activists say up to 7,000 of houses was ruined, and approximately 1/2 of hospitals and other social objects were ruined. And Ms. Larysa Artyuhina from NGO New Donbass will describe renovation of one of the schools in Donbass region. Can you hear us? Brian, can you hear us? Yeah, I can hear you. Larysa, can you hear us? Larysa? Larysa is not on connection, but we will speak to Brian now. Thank you for this opportunity. I'm Brian Milakovsky. I'm Communications Coordinator in the International Charity Organization Mercy Corps, and we work in Luhansk region. Today I would like to describe our program on self-employment of IDPs and hosting families. We support IDPs, entrepreneurs. We support hosting families of IDPs who are entrepreneurs. Our program works across the entire Luhansk region, which is controlled by the government. We provide 15. Okay, Larysa. Unfortunately, connection with Mr. Brian Milakovsky was interrupted. Dear colleagues, can we restore our connection with Milakovsky? Larysa, can you hear us? Larysa, we can hear you, but we wish to restore connection with Brian. Let's wait. Can you hear and see us? We can hear you, but we cannot see. Dear colleagues, whether we have connection with Brian. Since we cannot have Skype conference, let us connect with Brian and then call to Larysa. Brian, can you continue? I wish to say that we give grants amounting to $500 for each project. We have supported with our grants entrepreneurs from Starobelsk, Stara-Kurakin district, and tomorrow we will have a session of business plan review in Severodonetsk. Of course, the assistance which we provide to entrepreneurs, this is $500, but it is designed for those people who have no experience in business. That's why we provide trainings in business, business expertise. We allow people to get training from business experts who assist them in drafting business plan, and a consultant from Kiev Shevchenko University who is now located in Starobelsk. Our trainers, our assistants, they are IDPs too, and they try to assist their fellow IDPs in adaptation. This is not just Mercy Corps, which deals with this program. The UNDP and People in Need organization, Czech organization, International Migration Organization, SOS Kramatorsk. These are just a few organizations which deal with this problem, but I just wanted pointed out how we try to assist. That is, I will show a picture describing. I will show a video. Mercy Corps program on self-employment is based in Starobelsk, which is in the center of Luhansk Oblast. Even before the war conflict, it was difficult to find job here, but today the situation is even more tough. The market in Luhansk is lost, and 8,000 IDPs are moved here. Of course, they had found asylum here, but where to find jobs? Many IDPs wish to restore their businesses which they lost during the warfare time. Nikolai Lysechka is former resident of Luhansk, and he used to be an owner of the green plants factory, and now they lost this business. His their car was ruined, and his legs were burnt, and he had to move with big problems to his house, and Svetlana evacuated him to Kharkiv, and within 4 months he surpassed 4 operations. The surgeons managed to treat him, and Nikolai started to evacuate his plants. The problem with the removal of my plants farm was connected to the fact that I had to find transferred, and we had to pass via mined territories. My collection of plants contained 200 different species, and now we try to move them to Starobelsk, and thus to reproduce these plants in new location. Thousands of young plants are removed to Starobelsk, but within this summer season, Mykolaiv managed to grow new plants, young plants, and to multiply the species selection. Thus, I have planted 8 new sorts of 8 new kinds of blackberries, and my intention is to multiply these berry plants and bushes for gardens, because it's important here. Of course, the funds provided by Mercy Corps is just part of the assistance. They use our funds for erecting, for building greenhouses and purchase of plants. We believe that this business can support not just Nisechka family, but it will be of big use for the region. Now this mobile expert shop is located here in Starobelsk. He is an IDP from Pervomaisk. I stayed in this city for 2 weeks after beginning of active military actions in the city. When we removed from the city, very soon I saw on video that my shop was totally destroyed. I do not think that there is something to find, some remnants from my business to find there. And now he runs his business in Starobelsk, and due to Mercy Corps, he purchased part of trade equipment for his new shop. When I am asked why I'm now in Starobelsk, because I had my relatives soon after beginning of warfare. My relatives invited me to join, invited my family to join them. Of course, we used this invitation, and they provided us with residential accommodation, but we have to find the means for family maintenance, and I decided to restore my business here because I'm familiar with the suppliers, I'm familiar a bit with the market. I found that the rent price was affordable, and I decided to open my business here. He found his niche in Starobelsk, and nobody except him can carry out this very professional repair of screens. $500 is a very small assistance, which sometimes nevertheless can cover all the expenses for re-establishment and coverage of business costs. But many our grant holders, they say that we rescue them. Unfortunately, many people are afraid of starting anything, and when there is some assistance, at least $500, it's easier to invent something, and it decreases your degree of fear, so to say.
Спасибо большое вам за этот видеосюжет. Вы с нами, Брайан?
Да, я здесь.
Спасибо вам большое. К сожалению, нет много времени, поэтому мы пока что...
Thank you very much. We don't have much time. We stop our Skype conference, but we will back to you for a couple of minutes later. Thank you. And now our colleagues will try again to to call Galina Artyuhina, the head of Larysa Artyuhina, the head of the NGO New Donbass.
Лариса, доброго дня.
Good afternoon, Larysa. Good afternoon to you. Can you hear us? Not very good, but I can hear you. Can you hear and see us? Yes, we can. You have up to 5 minutes. I would like to introduce ourselves. We are the project New Donbass. It's NGO, it's volunteering organization. At the moment we are at the Kondrashivska school in Stanitsa Luganska. It's quite sunny outside. It's very quiet. People are going to schools, and also they're going to school thanks to our organization, thanks to our donors, because we helped. We brought here 106 windows. They installed already. Maybe you can see the sound of our construction work that's still going on. And from Monday, pupils are going to school. At the moment, there are volunteers of our organization now. You can see them. We don't just bring help. We are also teach people something new, because we are trying to make a dialogue. We are trying to talk to people. And now I would like to give the floor to our volunteers, because we are in a hurry already. Our program today is huge. I'm here dealing with some sports activities. Today we have two tournees planned. So all the kids here are excited, they like it. And in 1 minute we can do it. And what is your name? Sorry. Larysa, I'm sorry. What is the name of this volunteer? Sergey. Except for sports activity, today we have a soiree in the school. It's arranged together with the teachers of the school. We will read the verses. And we will involve kids to the literature issues. It was our Angelica, one more volunteer. And also I would like to tell you about that we are not working just in Kondrashivska school. Also here we have Nizhna Tepla and Platina. In this course we also help to install the windows. Their pupils are also going to the schools. They had exciting, interesting time together with us. There are just small villages that are in the district of Stanitsa Luganska. Of course, there are questions, how is it? Today we could see it in our own eyes. We could see this new path for the working people. It's safe. There are no limitations. People can go from one side to another one. There is a normal, peaceful life is going on, and we hope this life is better now. We want people to think about peace more. Tomatoes are very tasty here. Yesterday we've been to Borscht party at one of our teachers. So really situation is rather normal, standard Ukrainian. People speak Ukrainian, people speak Russian. There is no pressure about it. That's it. Thank you very much, Larysa. Unfortunately, we don't have enough time. And I have a lot of questions to you, but just one question or request, and we ask you for brief reply. Could you tell us, please, how strong is the aid from state side to you on social infrastructure renewal in Lugansk region? You know, now we can see, except for volunteer movement, we have support from the country. We are just back from the head of state administration in Lugansk. There were volunteers, there were other people. We were discussing the situation in the schools in general. And for example, the half of the windows in Kudryashevska schools that was bombed, they were made thanks to the budget funds mainly, and from UNICEF fund. So I would say it's half to half. Now we have state support, but this power vertical is built in such a way that it doesn't work very good, but there is support, there is help. We can't say that it's large scope, but also we can't say that we don't have it. We would like to support the efforts of the state, these possibilities that the country has to renew the schools, because schools were not overhauled for more than 40 years. Here windows are broken not just in the schools that were bombed, but also in the places where there were not shelling, because all the schools are in disastrous condition, and we ask the Ministry of Education and all other citizens to help the schools to renew them, not just from the war but from Soviet Union as well. And children, they want to go to the schools, they're eager to do it, and we are trying to give them warm conditions. We want them to have chalk, we want to give them conditions to do it. Thank you very much, Larysa. Thank you for everything you are doing. Also, we are very grateful to your colleagues next to you. We will finish on that, but in the future we will contact you via Skype and monitor information from you on the east of Ukraine. Thank you very much, and see you next time. See you next time. Thank you very much. And colleagues, now we are calling Mr. Brian for 1-2 minutes. We have a few questions to him as well.
Hello. Еще раз здравствуйте.
Good afternoon, Brian. Again, unfortunately, we don't have time for many questions. We have just 1 or 2 minutes left, and there will be 1, maybe 2 questions from me. First one. You told you gave financial aid, $500 is to 200 IDPs. How many IDPs are you planning to help till the end of the year? We would like to hear concrete figure if it is. And you say you don't just give it for business needs, but for some other goals as well. What goals do you mean? First of all, till the end of the March, we are planning to give 800 grants like this. I thought not just for business goals. I meant that maybe it's not just enterprise. Maybe there is some entrepreneur, some private business. There are people who, for example, will do with bee, with honey production. I didn't mean some new enterprises. It can be some kind of home business, but all this is directed to let them have their own business, to let them have the resource. And do you plan in long-term perspective to do what you're doing in Lugansk region, to move your activities to Donetsk region? At the moment, we have no plan to go into other regions, because a lot of other organizations are working in Donetsk region. But really there are so much work in the Donetsk region that it's never enough. Thank you very much for your story, Brian, and in the future we will contact you. Thank you very much. Thank you too. Bye-bye. And dear colleagues, let's finish this press briefing, and I would like to remind that our next press conference of Spokesperson of Peaceful Life will be on Tuesday, the same time, and our next press conference is Spokesperson of the Administration of President on ATO issues. And one more small announcement: today we'll have additional briefing at 2:30. Rehabilitation in Ukraine: to save, not to live. And